Welcome to Dom Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes to the news today. On June 29, the government issued Resolution 63 on the key tasks and solutions to remote economic growth, disbursement of public investment, and sustainable export in the last month of 2021 and early 2022. In particular, it is emphasized that the issues of urgent promulgating policy to support people and businesses facing difficulties due to COVID-19. The resolution sets out 5 goals, with focus on controlling and repelling the COVID-19 pandemic, striving to complete vaccination to achieve immune community as soon as possible, maintaining macroeconomic stability, controlling inflation, ensuring major balance of the economy, develop import and export towards a harmonious and sustainable trade balance. In addition, striving for the disbursement rate of the state budget investment capital in 2021 to reach 90 to 100% of the plan. The government asked the Ministry of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs to take responsibility for and coordinate with concerned ministry and branches, urgently submitting for the government for the promulgating policy to support employees, employers, and other people facing difficulties due to the COVID-19. The Ministry of Finance takes responsibility and coordinate with relevant ministry and agencies, researching and keep proposing solutions to support businesses and people affected by COVID-19 pandemic. On June 29, the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism held an online conference to orient and comment on the draft strategy for Vietnam culture development to 2030 and an action plan for the tourism development in the 2021 to 2025 period. At the conference, the Deputy Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism presented a draft report on the Vietnam Culture Development Strategy to 2030 and the Tourism Development Action Plan for the 2021 to 2025 period. Regarding the action plan, the key tasks to summarize, evaluate, and perfect the institutions and policy for the tourism development, application of modern science and technology, digital technology in the tourism industry, invest in the development of infrastructure systems in the service of tourism, tourism product development and service quality management, development in the context of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ministry leader said that he would receive comments and soon complete the drafts to submit to the Prime Minister for approval. From July 5th, Dom Nai will start inspecting the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic at 100% of enterprise industrial parks and businesses with more than 100 employees outside of industrial zones. The Provincial Steering Committee requested districts and cities to set up COVID-19 safety infection teams at enterprises in accordance with regulations. 100% of enterprises in the industrial zone will be inspected according to the management area. Inspecting enterprises with more than 100 workers outside the industrial zone that are at the risk of infection. Enterprise has not reported the risk of infection according to the regulations. Teams will all together perform tasks from July 5th and end at the end of July. In addition to establishment of business inspection teams, the Ministry of Health proposed Dom Nai pilot enterprises to self-deploy COVID-19 rapid tests for workers. Consider compulsory or encourage businesses to pay for the cost of buying rapid tests and testing for employees once a week during the pandemic. After nearly 20 years of deployment in Afghanistan, the German military has finally finished its mission in this Central South Asian country. On the evening of June 29, military aircraft brought the last about 250 German soldiers out of Afghanistan, ending the military mission that caused the most loss of German lives since 1945 with 59 deaths. According to the Defense Minister Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer, this was the end of a chapter in history, a special mission in which the German army proved its powers in fighting. Afghanistan is the second longest deployment of German troops overseas. After the mission in Kosovo, German soldiers have been deployed to the Hindu Kush in Afghanistan since 2001 to show solidarity with the U.S. after the September 11, 2001 terrorist attack. According to the spokesman for the U.S. Department of Defense, on June 29, the U.S. military was fired by rockets in Syria a day after the U.S. carried out airstrikes against armed forces that were believed to be parked by Iran in Syria and Iraq. Defense Department Treasury Secretary John Kirby says the U.S. forces responded to the shelling According to Kirby, there was no casualties from the broadcast, although 2 buildings on the base were damaged. According to the sources, in Deir al-Zor, eastern Syria, an armed group fired several shells at an oil well, which is controlled by the US-backed Syrian SDB rebels. That's all on the news today. Thanks for watching us. Goodbye.